Yes, guys, welcome back to another stream, and it's another crazy day of content coming because we've got Mathias Nunes news, bid rejected. How much is it for? Are City going to go back in for it? And does City want to get this deal done quickly? And we might also have a Jeremy Doku announcement. And who knows, the Jeremy Doku announcement, it might even be at 12 o'clock. It might be in 2 minutes' time, which if it is, that kind of muds this stream a little bit. But, guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream, man. We've got 116 people in the building already. We've got Alvida Zane, Georgios, Kid Nacho, Buddy, Stefan, Hassan, Buddy, Hassan, Amitesh, Dash, Condino, Georgios, Supreme, Rory Young, Hassan, Anis, Connor. Guys, hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. But let's not waste any time. Manchester City want to get a deal done for Mathias Nunes as soon as possible, according to Fabrizio Romano. Manchester City want to complete the deal of Mathias Nunes within the next 24 to 48 hours, according to Fabrizio Romano. Interesting, and we'll obviously discuss why that might be the case. We got some little bit of news there. Then, Wolves have rejected Manchester City's £47 million bid for Mathias Nunes, as per this guy. What's he called? John Percy at the Telegraph. So Manchester City made a bid, for Mathias Nunes of £47 million, which was rejected, which led to some question marks on social media this morning with Manchester City fans not really understanding why Manchester City have only offered £47 million. So last year, Mathias Nunes was bought for €45 million. Now, of course, the currency obviously always changes and that, but €45 million last year was £38 million. So that would be a £9 million profit for Wolves for Mathias Nunes. The question you've got to ask yourself is, are Wolves going to accept £47 million for Mathias Nunes in the current market? Probably not. We know that Wolves have some sort of financial problems. I don't know the gravity and scale of that and as to how desperate they are to sell players, but they do have financial fair play problems. They have financial issues in their meeting the budgets. We've obviously seen Lopetegui leave earlier in the season because they couldn't get targets in, ambition, whatever. He wasn't happy. He left. Gary O'Neill came in. So clearly Manchester City have recognised that there could potentially here be a deal to be done at a relatively good price. The question mark is, how much is that going to cost? I think 60 million. I think City are going to have to increase the bid quite a lot. And get up to sort of 60 million quid in my opinion. I don't think you're going to get a deal done for 45 million quid. I just think that's too cheap. Even if they've got financial problems, I just don't see it, to be honest with you. I just think it's not a lot. Then we got this. Manchester City will be back with a second bid for Mathias Nunes, again confirmed by Percy at the Telegraph. So City quickly put in a bid. So the basically the timeline of the situation is City identified Nunes as a player that we might want to get. We then put a bid in relatively quickly of 47 million quid, and that was knocked back straight away by Wolves. City have then, took it on the chin, and now we're going to go back in for a second bid. How quickly will we go back in for that bid is the big question. Will we go in today? Remember, Fabrizio Romano said yesterday, City want this deal done within 48 hours, so that's the end of tomorrow. So will we go back in for a second bid today? And if we do go back in for a second bid, will it be sort of 53, 54, or will we just go 60 million? I reckon they're asking for 60, in my opinion, based on nothing other than the market at the moment. And what I would ask if I was Wolves, I would be asking around 60 million quid, in my view. So will City just go, 60 million? Is there anybody else in the market that wants Nunes? Do we have competition? If we don't have competition for the player, you can delay, you can take a little bit longer. There's absolutely no problem there. You know what I mean? You can take as long as you want up until the deadline, of course, which is in 7 days' time. And I've said for over a week now, City are not really in an immediate rush to get this midfielder transfer done, in my opinion, because we need him, but you've still got 7 days, and if nobody else is competing with you, this guy's not going to play against Sheffield United at the weekend, so there isn't really that rush. The only thing that I would say is, if City want to let Calvin Phillips go, which they probably will do if we get Nunes in, you don't want to be leaving yourself with only a day to get Phillips out the door, and of course he doesn't want to be rushed into making a move. So that's the sort of situation you're in. So Manchester City have had that bid rejected, and we're going to go back in for another bid. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section, guys. I'll have a look at some of you guys. Harley says 60 million is a fair deal for them. Bradley says 55 million, as well as Tinsay. Mad Exploit says 60 million plus Palmer or McAtee loan. Well, we'll come on to potential loan deals in a minute, because there has been some speculation that City might send them a player in the other direction. It doesn't look like we've had a Jeremy Docker announcement at 12, which is great news. Harley says the first bid was 55 million with add-ons included. Let's have a look what other things you guys are saying. Hassan says 56, 57 million quid. Okay, well, let's have a look at some other developing news on this, because Tommy has been speaking, and Tommy stonks right now are just all-time highs. You know, they're at all-time highs. Okay, let's have a look what he's got to say. Let's bring it up on screen for you guys. Okay, so this is Tommy. This is what he's been saying. Nunes easier to. This was 2 hours ago. Nunes is easier to do and quick. Eze and his agents making moves of their own City interest. We will do both if Palace so much as blink or quote suspect politics might be in play with the Eze deal. However, okay. Now this is the big one. Manchester City are willing to offer Cole Palmer or McAtee on loan to Wolves as part of the deal to bring Mathias Nunes to Manchester City. What do you think about that? I'll give you my thoughts in a second. Okay, that's pretty much all he said on that. So, for me, I think that'd be a great deal. I think that'd be a great deal. We get Nunes in for a relatively good price, which I already think we're going to get him for a good price. And we're giving Premier League experience, loan experience to Cole Palmer or McAtee. You know, they're a decent side. Under Gary O'Neill, they're going to play football in the right way, is my view. I think they've already shown in the first game against United that they've got a making of a decent team. They got absolutely spanked, of course, off Brighton. But to give McAtee or Cole Palmer loan experience in the Premier League, I think that's absolutely fantastic news. And if it was me, if I was City, I'd be pushing for that to be the case. Which one I'd probably let go? I'd probably let McAtee go on loan more than Cole Palmer for me, because you're still wing-wise, which I still think we're quite weak. You've only got Grealish, Bernardo and Doku. That's it. You've only got 3. So I would, if out of the 2, I would let McAtee go. And I think that would be a great deal for City. It'd be a great deal for Wolves. They'd be getting cash in for the player, making a big profit in only a year. And then they're getting a replacement in of McAtee. I think that could be really exciting. I think this deal has the making to be a fantastic deal for everybody across the board. And of course, Wolves fans might disagree. They're losing Mathias Nunes. But I think that's a great deal. You're getting 60 million quid and McAtee on loan. I think that's honestly a great deal. Yeah, we got Bob, of course, but Bob ain't going to play too many senior minutes. He's not going to play too many senior minutes, to be honest with you. Big up to Cyber Dragon with a super chat. Says, any chances of getting Verts this window? It's dead, mate. It's dead. I don't know if you've seen the news coming out yesterday that Jack Gorn, he spoke to his sources in Germany, and he's been told that the chances of getting Verts this window are slim to none, unfortunately, man. So, yeah, I think that's going to be a next season driller, which is why when people are asking about Verts, obviously we've not really spoke about him too much in terms of rumours, because I don't think Verts wants to move. I think he wants to wait a year because he's got the Euros coming up. So next year he'll move, in my opinion. Big up for the super chat, man. Guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream, man. Where we at on the likes now? We've only got 80 likes, 250 people in the building. Hit that thumbs up button, man. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. As we get a lot of news today, man. Surely we're going to get the Jeremy Doku announcement today for Manchester City to sign Jeremy Doku. I want to have a look at the Nunes situation again on Transfermarkt. Oh, just quickly, we've got breaking news. No, that was for Sky Sports, just repeating the same thing. So if we have a look again at the Transfermarkt situation, and we can sort of have a little more. We obviously know that Manchester City are now looking at Nunes. We know that City want Nunes, and obviously we put a bid in for Mathias Nunes. So contracted until 2027, 24 years old, only just turned 24. Oh, he's not. He's about to turn 25. I've been saying the wrong thing. 45 million euro Transfermarkt valuation. So you're not actually a million miles away there from the Transfermarkt valuation, which at the moment Transfermarkt valuations are way off. They're absolutely way off the mark. You know what I mean? You can pretty much double the Transfermarkt valuation. They're that far apart at the moment. Okay, yeah. So he's about to turn 25. He's a right-footed player, born in Brazil, but he plays for Portugal national team, born in Rio de Janeiro. You can see obviously his market value graph there going right up, mate. So that's his news. Obviously, interest there, 63%. They're giving it a 63% probability rating of him joining Manchester City. He's played 11 games for Portugal and scored 1 goal. If we look at his stats, he's played 4 World Cup qualification games, scored a goal. He's not played too many minutes for Portugal, though. He's still only on 259 there. So, yeah, it's click the ad. Yeah, mate. Fucking the ads are crazy, bro. Honestly, you know what I mean? But yeah, honestly, man, I'm liking this deal. I am. I think it's a decent deal. Obviously, you would have preferred Bellingham. Obviously, you would have preferred Rice. Obviously, well, maybe not obviously, but I would have preferred Paqueta. But shit has happened, you know what I mean, that is out of Manchester City's control. We couldn't force Jude Bellingham to sign for Manchester City. We couldn't force Declan Rice to sign for Manchester City. We couldn't stop the fact that Lucas Paqueta has potentially been doing some dodgy dealings on the gambling apps and has now got himself basically banned from any sort of transfer because no one's going to take that risk. We couldn't foresee any of those things happening in that particular order. We've been dealt a nasty blow in our chase for a midfielder, but it is what it is. We've got to deal with it. We're moving fast. Obviously, looking at Nunes, and I think there is still a good chance that Manchester City could sign both Mathias Nunes and Eze from Palace. I really, really do. I don't see why people are putting it down. We was in for Bellingham. If we was to sign Bellingham, we would have had to pay, what, 110, 115 million quid? We was in for Rice. If we wanted Rice, we'd have had to pay 105 million, right? Paqueta was 85. If we get Darwin Nunes for 60 million quid and Eze for what? 70, that's 130 million pound. It's only an extra 15, 10 million on what we were going to get for one player. So I don't think finances will stop us getting both players. I think if we don't get both players, it's because Pep doesn't feel he needs both players. That's the thing. Because we can easily get both of them. It's just if we don't, it's nothing to do with money. It's to do with if Pep actually wants that. Because we know Pep prefers a smaller squad, but maybe this season he's thinking, you know, fuck it, let's get a bit of a bigger deal. We've had the Super Cup, we've got the Club World Cup. I think there's going to be a massive, massive want and a massive belief that we can win back-to-back Champions Leagues this year. I think the squad really wants that. I think the squad really, really wants to do back-to-back Champions Leagues. You can see from the Bernardo Silva interview yesterday that the squad is also desperate to win the league again, to make it 4 in a row and become the first team ever in over 130, 140 years of football in this country, the first team ever to win 4 leagues in a row. That's never been done before, ever. So I think there's a real sort of togetherness within this squad this year to say we can do something special here. We can do back-to-back Champions Leagues. Who's done that in England? Is it Forest? I think Forest did it. Has anyone else done it in this country? Won back-to-back Champions Leagues? Don't know. I don't think so. Maybe let me know, innit? Oh, yeah. I keep saying Darwin. Mathias, I mean. And again, Premier League. No one's won 4 league titles in a row. So, look, it's going to be an interesting one. Will we get both? Will we put a bid in for Eze? I think at the moment, it looks to me like the Eze interest has cooled. That's what it looks like. Now, whether or not City are just focusing on Nunes and maybe they'll go in for Eze later on in the window towards like the last couple of days and maybe try and strike a late deal. Maybe they'll do that. But from what I'm seeing now off the aggregators, social media, sources, I think we've cooled our interest a little bit in Eze. I think. It's just got a bit quiet, innit? It's got a bit quiet. No bids made. Look how quickly we made a bid for Nunes. We made, you know, the interest in Nunes was official yesterday. By the end of yesterday, we'd made a bid, it had been rejected, and now apparently we're going to go in for a second bid already. In the space of 24 hours. Eze, we've not even... I mean, the news on Eze was like, City are interested, but there's no formal interest. So I think City are like, I think what happened maybe is City had a list of midfielders that we were looking at. And like I kind of told them to do, not that they listened, but like my suggestion would have been is to just take your time, have a look at them all, speak to all the clubs and just sort of get a general sort of understanding of where the clubs were at in terms of was the player for sale? Like, for example, they would have done that with Wirtz, right? People are asking about Wirtz. I think what they did with Wirtz, they contacted Leverkusen, talked to him about Wirtz. We're not selling him. We don't want to sell him. If you buy him, it's going to have to be a world record fee. And then we got news that Wirtz didn't even want to come. Same with Dani Olmo. We went to Leipzig. Dani Olmo, we was really interested in him, and they basically shut it down. And he probably shut it down as well. He probably was happy to stay at Leipzig for another year. We went to Palace, and I think Palace probably were open to selling him. He's only got 2 years left on his deal, but I think the fee that they asked was wild. That's my theory. Obviously, just completely made up. Like, there's no evidence to suggest that is the case, but that's my theory. That's my theory. And then my theory is with Nunes, I think they went to Wolves and got a more positive response. Plus, City know that Wolves need to sell players to meet FFP. So that's my theory. Detective LB. Off Meta Professor with the super chat says, God, I hope we aren't signing Darwin Nunes as a mid. You know what? I'm having to stop myself so much from saying Darwin Nunes. And I know I will continue to say Darwin Nunes, by the way, because he's like the main Nunes in my brain. Not Mathias, but yeah, that would be kind of wild, wouldn't it? Let's have a look what you guys are saying in the chat. Keep your comments coming in, guys. And if you're watching on replay, make sure you comment down below. Make sure you drop a like on the stream if you've not done so already. We've got 300 people in the building, 117 likes. Hit that thumbs up button, guys, and help me get to 150 likes by the end of the stream. See what you guys are saying. Georgios says it'd be better to get Rodri back up now and sign a Cam next year when Wirtz and Olmo are available. I agree, man. Well, I don't know. Do I agree? I think I agree. Basically, the more you think about the Rodri situation, the more it worries me. And you'd be like, why are you worried, LB? Like, what are you worried about, innit? Well, I'll tell you why. Do you want me to say why I'm worried? In fact, I won't just tell you. I'll show you why I'm worried. Let me show you why I'm worried. Let me show you. Let me show you this. Okay, so, oh my God, that ads. I mean, to be fair, yeah, that they do provide a sick service in that. So if I have to deal with ads from Transfer Matter, it is what it is. But what war of cookies this is? Fuck me. Right. Okay. So 27 years old. Yeah. Look at this. This is the problem. This is the problem we have with the CDM position. Do you want to open up? Right. Okay. So. It's not even real, man. I've never even searched that in my life, man. Otherwise, I obviously wouldn't keep on coming on a day after day. Right. So, last year, 4,476 minutes played just for Manchester City. It was our most played player. Then, if you look at Spanish football, he played 2 games there. He played another 2.5 games there. He played another game there, plus a game with extra time. Did he play any more games for them? No. So, if you do the maths, yeah? Let's do the maths. Let me do the quick maths on this, guys. Let me do quick maths. So, European qualifiers, that's 180 minutes. Add another 18 minutes. Add another 180 plus the 61. Add 120. Add 90. Yeah? And then add your Manchester City minutes. Which is add 4,476. He played 5,125 minutes last year. Divided by 90 minutes, he played a total of 57 matches, full matches. 57 full matches Rodri played last year. 57. in terms of minutes played. If you keep doing that to Rodri, he will fall off, whether it be form because he's burnt out or injury because you've burnt him out and he pulls a muscle injury. We have to address this situation. The year before, does it get any better? I don't think it does. I don't think it does. He played, oh no, because he had the World Cup. It could have been even worse last year. He played 180. Yeah, let me refresh the driller. 180. Yeah. Add 90. Add 120 for extra time. Add another 90. This is all Spain at the moment that I'm adding up here. Just bear with us. This is on the fly maths. Right? So he's got 480. Add 3928. He played 4,408 minutes divided by 90. That's 49 matches. Add 57, which he played this year. In the space of 2 seasons, he's played 106 matches in 2 seasons. Nah. We have to fix this. We must address this situation, and that's what we're doing with the Mathias Nunes signing. That's what we're doing. So, Mathias Nunes, I'm all game for it. I'm buzzing. I think, well, not buzzing. I'm not buzzing for it, but I'm game for it. I think it's a smart move. I think he looks like an exciting player. He's quick on the ball, moves the ball quickly. He can carry the ball as well. He's got a little bit of fight about him. And I think, unlike Calvin Phillips, I think Pep would actually trust him and play him. I think. So there you go. Mathias Nunes, Manchester City. Just to repeat, I'm going to go in for a second bid on Mathias Nunes today. I'm interested to see this, man. I'm interested to see what we go in. Are we just going to go and get this deal done? Or what? Who knows? Who knows? I think it's going to be an interesting signing, man. I think it's going to be an interesting signing. Mathias Nunes has agreed terms with City as well. Yeah, check this out. Check this out. There we go. Was instantly our first offer was instantly turned down. The opening offer for Man City was worth £55 million in total, but nowhere near Wolves' valuation. Shit, I didn't see that. The opening offer was 55 million in total. That's pounds as well, but was nowhere near Wolves' valuation. 60 million probably might not do it then. I didn't see that before. Why did you? I don't know why the other one didn't say that. Shit, 60 million. Unless they just like, I don't know. Ah, that's kind of crazy, that. I wonder what they're going to want then. Oh, it's going to be crazy. Listen, it's going to be madness. People are asking for, not Darwin. People are asking for Mathias Nunes highlights when? Should we do it? I might do one. I might do a reaction video now. I might do a Mathias Nunes reaction video. But when it goes live, y'all got to get in there, man, and smash the likes and smash the comments and that. Listen, I'll wrap it up there. When we put another bid in later on, if it gets accepted or rejected, I'll probably go live. But yeah, I'm going to do a reaction video. Hit the likes, guys. Smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you later on. See you in a bit.